Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? It's your boy Spyro 2355 here, and I'm making this video because I saw my buddy George make a video on his channel, G to the Next Level, all about his, favorite, his three most favorite items, gaming items that he's proud to own. So this is in contribution to that. I figured I'd make my own response video to that and give some of my favorite items that I own that I'm proud to have as part of my video. So as part of my collection. My collection's not as expansive as George's, but I can at least give my 2 cents and tell you guys some of the things I enjoy and some of the things that I like to have in my collection. So, G, this is for you, okay? Um, though, so I can have a full screen to work with. For starters, we're going to start with this plush right here, this Luigi Plush. Let me zoom in. Let me get the. There you go. This Luigi Plush right here. I've had this for quite some time. It's one of my favorite things in my collection because actually there's a bit of a story behind this one. My friend Seth gave me this, and he sadly passed away, and this is the final thing I have to remember him by. So he's gone, and he's the only, this is the only thing I have left of him. Well, this and a Zelda plush, both plushes are really special to me, and I got my Zelda plush sitting right over there. But Luigi's my favorite character, and he knew that. So, well, my favorite Nintendo character anyway. And he knew that, so he got me this little Super Mario line plush right here. And then he passed away about 6 months later. So this is one of the items that I hold dear, and I will always, this will always have a special place in my collection. I'm never getting rid of this. You probably saw it in my video when I did my room tour. I had it sitting on my shelf up there, but I pulled it down just for this video. So that's item number one, is this Luigi plush, and this will always have a special place in my heart. Item number two is actually special for a different reason, but it is this right here, this copy of the Metroid Prime Trilogy Steelbook Edition right here. Comes with the sleeve and everything, and actually the artwork is actually on the sleeve itself. It's not on the steelbook. And this particular item is worth about $200. Okay, this is one of my more recent pickups. This is one of my pride and joys because this is normally like $200, I think. $190 to $200 in the condition that it's in for me. I'm going to pull it apart so that way you can see. As you can see, everything is here. It's got the instruction booklet. It's got everything. And even the art book that's in here has not been cracked open yet. See? The art book in there is still sealed. The game is right here. It's in pristine shape. So, and the steelbook doesn't have any scratches on it whatsoever. It's in perfect shape, and I love that Dark Samus right there on the back. But the reason why this is special is not just because of its price on Amazon, but there it is with the artwork on the back. But see, here's the thing. The reason why this is so special is because I bought it at a convention. But I don't think the seller knew what he had at the time, because he had it priced at $60 for this. which was only like a $20 markup for, or a $10 markup from what it went for originally when it came out on the regular Wii, way back when. But even then, I don't think that was for the Steelbook. But this right here, I got it for $60 at a convention, and the reason why this was special is because I got to meet Sean Schemmel when I went to buy this at the convention. He was a guest there, and I was doing the Dragon Ball Super workshop, and this was there. I purchased this, went back to my, I purchased this and a couple of other items, including Link to the Past on Game Boy Advance, which I don't have anymore. And I think these are the only two items I purchased at that convention. But I bought this and that, went back to my table where I was doing my Dragon Ball Super workshop. And as soon as I sat down, I put this, down over to the side, and Sean walked over to the table where we were doing Dragon Ball Super, and he was all like, oh, Dragon Ball Super, and what's this? And he pointed at this, and at this game, and I said, well, it's a game I just bought for $60, and that's when he told me, dude, you do realize that's worth like $200? I was like, really? He's like, yeah, that's worth $200. And I was like, dude, that's awesome. Okay. And he said, oh, you're doing Dragon Ball Super too? I want to learn how to do this. And so I actually got to teach Sean Schemmel how to play Dragon Ball Super. And when I was talking with him while we were playing, he said, well, what originally, got me over here was, I was just looking around and I was happened to see your copy of Metroid Prime Trilogy. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like the fact that Sean recognized that and then sat down to play Dragon Ball Super with us. And like, oh, it was just so good. Like I didn't get him to sign anything, but because I was trying to get the man a break. Plus I was trying to teach him how to play Dragon Ball Super. It was such a fun time. And, I wouldn't trade it for anything. And, I love the fact that I was able to meet Sean Schemmel because of that and show him how to play Dragon Ball Super. It was just so cool. The card game, that is. I still collect and I still play, but anyway, that was a great reason why that was one of my most prized possessions, was because of that story. The fact that I got to meet Sean Schemmel, and it was so good. But my third item is special because my parents bought it for me. And my parents never buy me anything game-wise. They never do. They don't ever play games, so they don't understand how much an item can mean to somebody if it's gaming related. Because they're not gamers. My stepdad plays, but he's more of a like a play whenever he wants to kind of person. He, like, every now and then, once every 3 or 4 months, maybe once a year, he'll get out his console and play. He doesn't play all that much at all, so he's not really a gamer. And my mom doesn't play at all. So when they first came home with this, and I know, George, you had some trouble with your flashback console, but I have not. And this right here is my last gaming item. The Sega Genesis HD flashback console. I love this thing because it can also play Sega Genesis cartridges on it. It's also got a wide selection of about 63 to 68 original Genesis titles on it, and just built into the console. And I love this thing because it's just so freaking good. And the cool thing is how big the console is. I got it out of the box right here so that way you guys can see it. This is how big the console is. It's not that big at all. I mean, if you look at it in comparison, even to this, we'll hold up the Metroid Prime game just kind of as a gauge for you guys. You guys know how big Wii games are, right? Well, look at this. This is how small this console is. It's barely bigger than a Wii game. And this right here is such a good console. George, I'm so sorry you've had such bad luck with your consoles. But, I've had no problems out of this at all. My cartridge port works. Everything works perfectly fine. So I'm really sorry you're having such bad luck with yours. But hopefully you'll be able to get one that works and you'll be able to do your video on it. But this is my, this is a pride and joy of mine because my parents bought this for me for Christmas last year. And they don't, because they remembered that I liked, Sega Genesis, and I used to own one. And you can even use the original Sega Genesis controllers on this console. These are not mock-ups. These are actual ports. And it's got HDMI right there in the back, right here. And then there's the power source. It's an actual plug into the wall power source. And when you plug it in, this little light on the front right here actually lights up. So, this is a very, very good console to me, and it's light as a feather. I mean, you could literally I could do this with it all day. With two pinkies here. This will move my weak hand too. But yeah, those are my 3 gaming items that I hold dear, especially that last one because my parents never buy me anything gaming related. It's got such classics on it as Restart and everything else on it, and it doesn't have Sonic 3 and it doesn't have Streets of Rage, so I'm gonna have to try to find those, but it doesn't have any Streets of Rage, and that really upset me when I first found out Streets of Rage wasn't on it, because I was like, and it doesn't have Animaniacs and all the cool stuff either, so I'm gonna have to try to get a hold of that too. But it's still a good console, and I've had a blast with it so far. So those are my 3 gaming items, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and listening to me. Next episode of Spyro is going to be recorded right now, right as I'm uploading this. I'm going to record my next video for Spyro the Dragon. I was too busy this weekend and run myself too thin to be able to record my next episode. So I apologize to you guys for being absent from the platform for the last 2 days. I was just way too busy between competing in the tournament on Saturday and church on Sunday and, doing everything. I was just way too busy, and I stretched myself too thin. And I also streamed, so there was no possible way for me to, do everything and upload stuff. So I'm probably going to try to stick to at least weekly uploads of everything, so that way I can make sure it all, fits. And we've only got 15 days before Shadow of the Tomb Raider drops too. So if you guys want to check out my live streams, come over to twitch.tv/Spyro2355. That's where I stream. I only stream on Twitch. I don't stream on here. So that's the only place you can watch me stream is on there. So make sure you guys check that out. And I will see all you guys in the next video. Much love to all you guys, and God bless you guys, and we'll speak with you again soon. Bye.